So the second Trump term and Trump regime has really been a thing to behold relative to the media class and the right-wing pundits. Because, oh my God, I've never seen a group of people that despise each other so much from the depths of their soul. And so now you have, as you all know, this civil war where originally it was like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes, and they were up against, Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro and those people. And but then it broke down further where Fuentes goes after both Candace and Tucker, and Alex Jones gets in there, and he's sort of confusing because he tries to straddle the fence, but he ends up more on one side than the other side. Alex is close with Nick Fuentes, and Nick likes Alex, but now Nick is also going after Candace. I don't know. It's just like everybody hates everybody, and everybody is, going for the jugular against everybody. They're trying to be the last right-wing pundit standing. But look, this is what happens when your movement falls apart. This is what happens when Trump's at a 35% approval rating, and everybody hates him, and the economy's destroyed, and he's warmongering all over the place, and he's so openly corrupt, it's like an insult to our intelligence. What happens is, it's the blame game. People, oh, you're the problem. No, you're the problem. No, my flavor of MAGA is correct. No, my flavor of MAGA is correct. So Alex Jones has decided now, I'm all in. I'm going to declare war on Candace Owens. Why? Because Candace Owens, if we're being honest, has stolen Alex's thunder. Alex was always, I'm the right-wing conspiracy guy. That's who I am. Right? He was always that. And then now, Candace comes in and goes, oh, I can easily out-conspiracy you, and I can build a colossal audience doing that, right? And so Alex, I actually think he's jealous, and so now he's, oh, well, Candace, that's not actually factually correct, and I have to do some fact-checking for you, and I'm going to be the guy who dots the I's and crosses the T's and make sure all the details are correct. So now Alex Jones, the guy who said Sandy Hook was a hoax, and no kids died, and it was crisis actors, and was sued to the tune of $1 billion over that shit, which he lost, by the way. That guy is now like, I'm not sure there's not enough evidence for this conspiracy theory that you're putting out there. Like now all of a sudden evidence matters? All right, so here we go. He's been going after Candace for a few days now, and the other day we got this one.
I remember saying to them, like I said, I got to investigate her now. I got a bad feeling. I didn't have a bad feeling. God gave me a good brain. I already knew. I dropped the ball. I apologize. She's a globalist agent. I dropped the ball and I failed you, and I'm sorry. I got to follow my gut every time.
So he's saying Candace is a globalist agent. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is like back when Alex was doing the Sandy Hook conspiracy stuff. There were a lot of people who said, well, actually, I think Alex is the conspiracy because Alex undermines other conspiracies that might be true by spreading such a dumbass conspiracy with the Sandy Hook stuff. And now Alex is doing that with Candace. Oh my God, it's so glorious.
It's never wrong. And I saw so much more she did. And I love her people threatening me and all their doxing of people and all that. You think that's going to make me go away? All you did was wake me up like a nuclear test site waking up Godzilla. So just get your asses ready. Because you want a war? I want your war. I want it all. I want the doxing. I want the lies. I want the attacks. I'm going to take you on. Because you work for the deep state and the Democratic Party and the CIA and MI6, and I see your ass.
Oh my God. Now, by the way, note the irony. Alex Jones is saying Candace Owens works for the CIA. Alex Jones just did a bunch of shows about how he supports Trump's regime change in Venezuela. Alex, who's orchestrating that? Who's behind that? The CIA. In fact, hold on, because I'm going to do a separate segment in a little bit about some updates, and the CIA has reportedly already done attacks within Venezuela. Not just the fishing boats in the Caribbean, which they're blowing up willy-nilly, but attacks allegedly inside Venezuela now by the CIA. Trump tried to coup Venezuela in the first term. Remember the whole Juan Guaido bullshit where they pretended like he was the president even though he wasn't? So that was the CIA. So Alex is saying Candace is CIA. Meanwhile, it's Alex who's cheerleading the CIA's war in Venezuela. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God.
Because you work for the deep state and the Democratic Party and the CIA and MI6, and I see your ass. So you just get ready.
It's so performative. Alex, what you need to understand now is you're just a party hack. That's it. The same way, remember Tim Pool the other day was like, but what about the midterms? What about the midterms? We're going to lose the midterms. Alex is basically doing the same shit. What about the midterms? What about the midterms? We need to win the midterms. He is so busy dick riding Donald Trump and Peter Thiel that he doesn't realize, hey, asshole, all of your predictions from the late 90s and early 2000s have come true. There's going to be a surveillance state. They're going to spy on everybody. They're going to create a blackmail file on everybody. They're going to take away your rights. There's going to be no more constitutional protections. They're going to round us up and put us in camps. We're going to be run by a billionaire cabal of fredophiles who are trying to control all of us. Like, literally, all of that came true, but you now support it because you love Donald Trump and you're meat riding him raw, and Peter Thiel also. I remember Alex did a show, and he was basically like, Peter Thiel's not the Antichrist. Peter Thiel's not. Meanwhile, here you got a guy who looks like he just injected the blood of babies like a vampire. His face is always oily. He can't string together a coherent sentence. He sounds like a fucking alien, just like Elon Musk does, right? He gives, 4 different lectures on the Antichrist and is ushering in this dystopian AI technology, which they openly say is going to take everybody's job. And there's Alex like, actually, I support that. That's good. We like tech innovation. Tech innovation is nice. So he's been co-opted. You've been co-opted. You've been co-opted. You're now part of the Republican elite club. You are. And so that's why you defend Peter Thiel. That's why you defend Donald Trump. It literally doesn't matter how much Trump warmongers. He's been nothing but the worst fucking imperialist warmonger I've ever seen. Worse than Dick Cheney. And here's Alex Jones. He would call Dick Cheney a warmonger. He would not say the same thing about Donald Trump. He supports Donald Trump and his warmongering. So what a sick joke. But now, okay, so the grassroots, though, when I say grassroots, I mean like conspiracy-minded online right-wingers, right? The people who used to love Alex Jones. Now, he's persona non grata, bro. They are all with Candace. So here we go. Let me play one of these for you. This is from Convict to Conservative, posted this video. And this is just good. It gives you, a good look at what basically all of them feel and believe in the moment.
Only Candace is investigating. Only Candace talks about the Charlie Kirk thing. Only Candace. And you're attacking her. And
Her minions are like, Jones says if you don't believe every word the FBI says in the deep state, then you're a traitor in the CIA. You guys literally have more unified talking points than MSNBC. Literally, you're just lockstep horse shit.
You know what's hilarious? MSNBC is way more anti-establishment than Alex Jones. MSNBC has done segments against the illegal war of regime change in Venezuela. They've done segments on Peter Thiel explaining how fucking weird that is and how dystopian this AI technology is, right? They've opposed Trump's warmongering. So for him to bring up MSNBC, like, bro, you are a way bigger establishment ball coddler than MSNBC. Like, I'm sorry, I'm no longer accepting this bullshit where these conservatives, these Republicans, these MAGA people, they pretend like they're somehow still the anti-establishment people. Bro, you are the establishment. Republicans have the House, they have the Senate, they have the judicial branch, they have the White House, they run everything. And Trump's decision, he basically fucking usurped and surpassed Congress, bypassed Congress, do whatever the fuck he wants with all that Doge bullshit, and you cheered it on. You cheered on the authoritarianism. You cheered on all the shit that you used to pretend to be against.
Well, people trying to bully me, and I know I'm right. I didn't want that to be on this, case this much.
Tyler Robinson was wearing a trans tie at court. He's the shooter. Are you really telling us that we have more universal talking points than MSNBC? When you're the one that's literally parodying the Fed slop that's being given to us through the mainstream news media?
Why are you guys always blaming Israel for everything? Israel didn't shoot Charlie, Trans-Tifa did.
Really, Alex? When your co-host on InfoWars, Harrison Smith, literally put out a message just days after Charlie Kirk's assassination that Charlie had confided in somebody that he was in fear that Israel would kill him if he turned on them. But you want to make us seem like we're crazy when you're the one that's literally overdosing on Fed slop.
The FBI put out a text message thread of Tyler Robinson admitting that he was the shooter.
Really, Alex? If anyone on this planet knows more about patsies, false flags, and psyops, it's you. You want to know something, Alex? Take a look in the mirror. Because we are what you were 20 plus years ago when the mainstream news media was trying to close you down and shut your mouth. You want to know what's even more crazy about that? Is you're treating us the same way the mainstream news media treated you decades ago.
Oh, it's so over for Alex. And the funny thing is, and this probably drives Alex crazy too, is like, it literally doesn't matter that Candace actually does have colossal factual falsehoods in the stuff she said. the whole Egyptian planes thing was bullshit. She got time zones mixed up and got those wrong. Like, there was a bunch of stuff that she put out. Oh, because of my dreams about Charlie, I know X, Y, and Z. There's all this stuff she's putting out there that's just not true. But, Alex, you primed these people to be like this. You primed them to go further in a conspiratorial direction. So the only move Alex had to try to still be the guy was to, like, out-conspiracy brain Candace. And he's just refusing to do it. Why? Because he's a regime nut rider. That's why. Because he actually agrees with Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and Donald Trump and Pam Bondi. Alex is still out there. Ready for this? Alex is still out there pretending like Trump's hands are clean with the Epstein files. Like Trump did nothing wrong. And all the stuff that says Trump did something wrong, oh, it's all planted. It's all fake. Really? We got Epstein's emails, 23,000 emails. Donald Trump was referenced over 1,600 times. He was the number one person referenced in Epstein's emails. These emails date back to before Trump was president. Epstein thought nobody would ever read these fucking emails. And there's stuff in there, like a 2011 email where they said Trump is at one of Epstein's properties with a victim, quote, 4 hours. So that means the president is blackmailed. There are fucking like CIA, Mossad, fucking, KGB tapes of Trump doing Lord knows what with some underage girl, right? And Alex, instead of fucking calling this out and saying the president is blackmailed, and so that's why he's doing whatever the fuck Israel wants, for example, what does he do? He still defends Trump, pretends like he's not in the Epstein files, pretends like he did nothing wrong. What a pathetic little weasel of a man now. And so now, you made this bed, you're going to sleep in it. You primed all these right-wing conspiratorial thinkers to believe the maximum conspiracy theory in every scenario when you were fucking saying Sandy Hook was a conspiracy when it objectively was not, right? And now you're shocked. How could you guys think this one's a conspiracy? It makes our guy look bad. It makes Trump look bad. And Candace is like, I don't care. I don't care that it makes your guy look bad. At least Alex back in the day, before he went full right-wing asshole, he was critical of George W. Bush. He was critical of Dick Cheney. He was never a fan of the Democrats, but he was always critical of them. Now, I'm sorry, he's just a standard meat-riding Republican. It's never been more clear. It's never been more clear. And so now you get guys like this, and he's just indicative of what's happening on the right. So Alex is he's blowing up his fan base. So in the same way, you have, Ben Shapiro is super fucking washed. And by the way, the great video that's out there, I wish I could remember the title, but it shows how it looks like he's got botted views because his comments don't line up with the views. Like there's if you're on YouTube a long time, like it generally tracks together. The comments totally are separate from the views. So he's got views that are down. And even with that, it looks like those views are still bought. So he's fucking washed. And you got Alex now who's fucking washed. And it is just, I'm telling you, man, the most extreme voices are going to be the ones that come out on top on the right. It's always been from the Bush years and onward, Republican politics has been a race to the bottom. And now, like, this is just the logical endpoint. So you went from MAGA and Trumpism to Groypers and Fuentesism. That's coming next, right? And you went from, Bill O'Reilly and Sean Hannity to fucking Alex Jones to now Candace Owens, right? So that's the trajectory. It's just going to continue to be a race to the bottom until they fucking make themselves go extinct. Because the public is going to reject outright fucking Groyperism and Nazism. The public is going to reject fucking conspiracy theory thinking on literally everything, right? Using your dreams to interpret what's happening. That the broader public is going to reject it. So, but now you have people like Alex Jones who's trying to be the moderate voice. It's just not going to work. Because again, you set the table. So you built this. And now you're going to have to deal with the fallout and the consequences. And again, it is a glorious thing to see. As I always say in these right-wing Civil War segments, let them fight. Don't interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. They are more pissed off at each other. They're more going after each other. And what Candace is doing in many ways is very useful to us. Because the right was they were ready to go full bloodthirsty psychopath, blame the entire left for the murder of Charlie Kirk, blame all trans people for the murder of Charlie Kirk. And then now you got Candace and others going, wait, the official story is bullshit. I don't believe that it's trans Tifa that did the killing. So we need real answers here. None of this bullshit. And even now, people like Alex Jones are, no, but wait, we're supposed to hate the left and blame the left for everything and blame trans people for everything. And a lot of right-wingers are going, but I don't believe that anymore. Sorry. And so go ahead, y'all. Go ahead. Keep going. Because this is what we call irreconcilable differences that we're seeing here. And that's super important. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.